Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to another episode of Adventure Athlete. Today I'm going to talk about our 600-mile review on my Haibike X-Duro 7.0. This is my second Haibike that I've had. I had a warranty issue on a frame breakage on one of my previous videos, but this is my new bike. This bicycle has stayed in stock condition other than putting a tubeless system in it with the orange tire sealant. On my first ride out, I came into a corner brake slide and I caught the tire right here on a root. So basically what I did with that, it was deflated the tire, broke the bead up top here, and I flipped the tire inside out, scuffed it up, I put a patch on it, waited for that to set up a little bit, and then put the tire back on the bead, pumped everything back up, good to go. Here's what the tires look like after 608 miles I'm on right now on Strava on this. And here's kind of the condition of the bicycle. While we have these ducks going off over here, I'll say one of the things that I really love about this bicycle is it allows me to get out. I do somewhere between 32 and 50 miles a day on this bicycle, anywhere from 3 days a week to 7 days a week, depending on what's going on with my wife. So what is this thing like to pedal? First of all, this is a pedal assist e-bike, meaning that you have to pedal it to get the assist out of it. There's 4 different assistance levels. There's Eco, Tour, Sport, and Turbo. For the most part, I ride in Eco. So selecting Eco on this bike is done over here on the grip pad. So you hit the power on button one time, you get power, off, Eco, Tour, Sport, and then Turbo, and you can turn it back off. What is this bicycle like to pedal off? I'm going to be honest, I kind of equate this bicycle more like my fat bike to ride. Just for instance, I ride a lot of bike path, more flat, down, up and downs. It's pretty much like the same amount of parasitic drag that I get out of my fat bike. I was going 15 or 18.5 miles an hour. I turned it off and kept rolling, and I dropped down to 18.2, and I did that for about a mile, and then I turned the system back on to come out. But on this bike, it's really allowed me to get out into cool places and see new things around my let's say 30 to 50 mile area around Southern California. Right now I'm out here at Fairmont Park, one of my favorite places to come. You look out there deep, you can kind of see that there is a pelican sitting out there. Kind of cool to see that. And that's what the e-bike does, is it really allows you to get to cool places and ride some of this stuff. Like instead of riding on the sidewalk, I'll ride a lot of these routes, work on balance, and trying not to go into the lake. Another thing that I'll say that I've noticed big time is when I'm on the bike path, I'll pass guys on road bikes, you know, coming at me or going away. I say good morning to everybody that I come in contact with, whether it's someone that's walking or a guy that's digging in the trash, whatever. And most of the time I get a good morning or a hi or a wave back. I've had to kind of train some of the road guys to just wave. You know, I say good morning every single morning, where I get a positive or a negative vibe back, or even a response. So one of the things that I did notice is that mountain bikers are a little bit more apt to wave and say hello. And then another thing that I've noticed is people on e-bikes are a lot more happy. Brings me to my next thing I'm going to say right now. Most people that ride e-bikes are happy. How could you not be happy at being on your bicycle, whether it's e-assist or not? You're out in the beautiful weather, seeing, you know, looking up and seeing trees and just some of this beautiful views out there. How could you not be happy on a bike? If you're miserable on a bike, go to the gym or do something else. I don't know what else to tell you. Go buy an e-bike. Maybe that'll make you happy. But that's one of the reasons that I've done that. I'm riding a completely stock e-bike, other than the the tubeless system put in it, which is just valve cores and some tire sealant. I use the orange tire sealant. This bike I'm running stock handle grips. Everything about this bike, other than a few stickers I've put on it for my name and my number that I race with on the motorcycle. Talk about right now the dropper seat post. That really allows me to ride the technical terrain and put the seat down in an instant and back up, whether I got to go down something or up something. Another thing that I'll do is kind of looking out here in the distance is these concrete tables. Some days I'll just go and decide that hey, it's cool to go play around on a picnic table. No one's around, and I'll jump up on the table, jump off, and I'll work on different balancing skills. I ride motorcycle trials, and balance is a big thing, so I'm always working on balance on this bike. Why I selected this bike with the Bosch motor, has a 250 amp or 250 watt motor with a 500 amp hour battery. Why I selected this bike is when I went and test rode these bikes, gosh, it's been probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. The Bosch motor was the only one that I was able to wheelie because it was smooth on and smooth off. Now I have the wheelie perfected on this bike. I can wheelie it for, you know, I'm just gonna throw out a mile out there. It might be less, it might be a little more, but every stoplight or stop sign I come to, I stoppie this bike, and then I do a track stand to work on balance, and maybe I'll hop it a little bit. That transfers over to my motorcycling for the big bike on the KTM, or even motorcycle trials, which I ride the KTM on now in the sportsman class for my one bike concept. E-bike is cool and the way to go. It allows me to get out and train when it's windy, when it's when you got 2 hours and you want to just be able to knock out a ride really quick, or maybe you're feeling under the weather a little bit and you're like, man, that e-bike is going to be my little ticket out of here. You jump on that, go out and ride. Maybe you get an hour in, maybe you get 15 or 20 miles, but for sure it's definitely worth it. Would I buy an e-bike again? You bet. I'm sad I waited so long, but the technology and what I wanted was not out there yet. One of the big things that I was looking at was this 27.5 by 3.0 front tire and rear tire. I really felt that an e-bike needed more tire under it from what I rode. And Haibike came out with this combination. It was between this and the Specialized Turbo Levo. And I just thought the Haibike was actually a more solid platform than the Specialized. And not by much, maybe by 1%. And I'm not gonna lie, I happen to like the color of the fluorescent green. Makes me happy. Makes me feel like I'm out in even when it's raining, I can look down and see my fluorescent and feel good about being out in a bright color, and it makes me feel good and basically high. I guess that's what we're all looking for in life, is to be excited about life and be a little high. So the Haibike does that for me. Hopefully I haven't turned this camera around and talked about me too much and everything on this review, but can't get across that I'm super stoked on these e-bikes, because it allows you to get out and just train and go somewhere that you may not have felt confident on going on a regular bicycle. Maybe a little too far, maybe a little too fast. You can dial in your modes. I ride this bicycle most of the time in eco. Only a few times I go to turbo, and that's on a gnarly uphill that's twisty, and it's what's called uphill flow, and it's cool to be able to ride uphill, and it's a heck of a workout. I've seen 178 on my heart rate monitor on this bike. So is it a workout? For sure. You're not just going to sit there and do nothing. Anyway, I'm going to wrap that up for now. No problems with this bike in the 608 miles I've been on it. I love it. Love for some of you to jump on some. I'm going to say, if you're interested, go test ride one. If you test ride one, you're going to try to figure out how to buy one. A little bit pricey at $52.99, but well worth every penny. Going back, I would have sold a motorcycle to buy this bicycle, because I ride this bicycle more than I was even riding motorcycles. So that's going to be it for now. I'm Tim Roble. Thank you for watching. If you like this, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't, and hit subscribe if you want to see some more. I'm Tim Roble, and I'll catch you here next time.